Okay, would you like to do roll call, Sarah?
Mr. Travellini?
Oh, somebody mute. Here.
That was Rob Michello for the record.
He's absent at the moment.
Okay. Mr. Rodelius?
He's online. Oh, he was.
He was, I think we might have lost.
Yeah, he's in the black one in the middle there. Yeah.
Okay. Mayor Jacobs?
I'm here.
Committeeman Hickey?
Here.
Mr. Leonard?
Here.
Mr. DiGiovanni?
Good, here.
Ms. Orvana?
Well done. Right?
Here.
Mr. Walter?
Here.
Mr. First?
No, I haven't seen him.
Ms. Christie?
She's absent.
And Chairwoman Gutschall.
Here.
Adequate notice of this meeting of the Bedminster Township Land Use Board was filed with the Township Clerk and sent to the Bernardsville News, the Courier News, and to all subscribers, and posted at the Township Municipal Building, 1 Miller Lane, Bedminster, New Jersey, on January 6, 2022.
Okay, please stand for the flag salute.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I'll open it up for any public comments. If anyone has anything they would like to talk about that's not on the agenda. See if anybody raises their hand there, Sarah.
I don't have anybody.
Nobody. Okay, we'll close it to the public. We have some minutes that we need to approve. We have from January 6th, the first minutes. If I get a motion.
So moved.
I'll second Tim.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Everybody was here? Okay, and we have January 13th minutes. We need a motion for those minutes.
Tim, I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
I think
We were not present.
Right. Yes, you were
Yeah, that was Board Adjustment.
Board of Adjustment, right. So you two were not here, okay? So minutes are approved. We also have two resolutions. We have Stone Holdings. If you've had a chance to look at those. That is Resolution 2022-06. I need a motion to approve.
If everyone's reviewed, I'll make a motion to approve. Tim?
Second?
I'll second.
Roll call, Sarah, please.
Mayor Jacobs?
No.
No, we were not eligible.
Okay.
Those were Board of Adjustment.
Yeah, that was Board of Adjustment.
Mr. Travellini?
It's not here.
Absent.
Mr. Rodelius?
Mute.
Guess
George,
we
you're
lost
muted.
him. I don't know.
He's still there. He's muted.
Was that, is this for Stone?
Yeah.
He
I
was,
thought-
he was recused.
Oh, that's right, he was. You're
That's right.
You're right.
So,
Mr. Leonard?
aye.
Mr. DiGiovanni?
You know, I can't remember if I was there or not. 'Cause I did miss some part.
This was the first meeting in January. Was that the one you did miss, right? The first
Stone
one?
fabricator
Yes, I
by
know.
the schoolhouse.
Oh, I was there. Okay,
You were here.
yeah.
I know you were absent.
I just
the
want to
one-
make sure I could vote.
Yeah, right. Well, we'll take your name off if you can vote.
Approve.
Anna?
Yes.
Yes.
Aye.
Mr. Walter?
Aye.
Mr. First?
Not here.
And Chairwoman Gutschall.
Yes. Okay, resolution has been approved. Okay, and then we have our resolution for Spook Hollow Road. That's 2020-007. We need a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Travellini,
He's absent.
Mr. Leonard,
Aye.
Mr. DiGiovanni.
Aye.
Ms. Orabana,
Aye.
Mr. Walter,
Aye.
Mr. First, and
Absent.
Chairwoman Gutschall.
Aye. Motion is approved. Or resolution, I should say. So, okay. To the drawing board. Paul, we have a couple of applications. Should we talk about whether they're deemed complete yet or not?
Yes, Madam Chair. First off, I'll apologize for not being there with the weather tonight. It took 30 minutes for me to get to the 6 miles to my office from my house. I don't think I would be down there before Rich tonight if I tried to drive down there. So I decided to take it remotely from my office. The first application that we have is Oaks Developers. If the board recalls, this is a D1 use variance for multifamily in the VN district in Pluckerman. The application was submitted. Initially, it was very sparse. There was some additional information submitted, and the applicant's attorney has clarified that he requests only a determination on the D1 variance and not a site plan approval. Therefore, based on the information, I believe the application can be deemed complete. If during the hearing, the board feels they need more information, you can deal with it at that point. So subject to the waivers identified in my report, or the missing items identified in my report, waivers of those, I would recommend that the application be deemed complete and heard. And I think they've noticed for the meeting next week.
Next week, you said? Next week?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Paul, it's Larry. Can you just move a little closer to your microphone?
Okay, let me try something here. Let me know if that works. Is that better?
Yeah, that's a little bit better.
Okay, I got to turn up. Every once in a while, my microphone gets quieter.
That's better.
Can you guys hear him better out there? Jake,
Yeah.
you got him? Okay, thanks.
Okay. Okay, and Lamington River Farms?
I don't know if you want to make a motion on the Oaks Developers to determine that one complete, subject to the waivers.
Sorry, I skipped over. Yep, we need to have a roll call on that.
That's Board of Adjustment. It's a zone
Yes.
determination.
Yes.
Board of Adjustment.
So
Okay,
Yeah, Board of Adjustment.
right.
And it's just to deem it complete for the bifurcated D1 variance, and the site plan will be in the future. So is there such a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Okay, Sarah, roll call.
Mr. Rodelius, Mr. Leonard,
Aye.
Mr. DiGiovanni.
Aye.
Ms. Orabana,
Aye.
Mr. Walter,
Aye.
Chairwoman Gutschall.
Aye. Okay, we'll have that scheduled for next week.
Madam Chair, the next application is Lamington River Farms. This is Fiddler's Elbow. They submitted an application for a number of changes on the property, including a lodge and some other expansions of the existing amenities on the property. I wrote a letter dated January 12th, 2022. There are 5 items for which waivers are being requested. I have no problem with those waivers, and subject to the grant of those waivers, it's recommended that the application be deemed complete. And we can talk about when we might schedule them. This will be a planning board application.
This is planning board, okay.
Yes.
I guess that would go into March?
Probably.
Okay.
Let's deem it complete first, and then we'll schedule the.
Oh,
hearing.
all right. All right, so we're not going to schedule that right now.
So that's a motion. That's a motion to deem it complete and waive the remaining items for completeness purposes. Is there such a motion to deem it complete?
So moved.
Second.
I'll second Tim.
Okay, Sarah?
Mr.
Roll
Rodelius,
call.
Right.
Mr. Leonard,
Aye.
Mr. DeGiovanni.
Aye.
Ms. Urbana.
Aye.
Mr. Walter.
Aye.
Chairwoman Gutschall.
Aye. They're
Yeah,
eligible.
for that one we are.
The mayor and
Mayor
Colin.
Jacobs.
And-
Aye.
And Trevelyan's here.
Aye.
Yeah.
And Rich just came in, Mr. Travellini.
Mr. Travellini.
What am I voting for?
Completeness application.
Aye.
Because that's the absent for that part.
Absent for that, okay. He just walked in, so you're absent for that.
Yeah.
You're 2 minutes late.
I'm out of here.
He's there for the hearing.
No, no.
I tried. All right.
No,
I thought I was absent.
no. All right, we can go down to board member comments. Anyone have any comments from the board?
We have tonight's application, it's listed under BOA,
Yes, but
but
it's
it is
not.
actually planning board.
Correct,
So it is a planning board matter, not a BOA matter.
that is correct. Anything else? No?
No, that's it, that's all.
No, no.
That is correct.
All right, then we will move along and we can go to our hearing, Lamington Farm Golf Club.
Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board. Michael Avery from the firm of Avery, Solagio, and Midas & Cohen, representing Lamington Farm Golf Club. This application has been reduced substantially from what was initially proposed. That's why it was under the zoning board, because we had a use variance that was involved. Tonight's application, of course, is greatly pared down and involves a request for approval of 4 pickleball courts and a company lot. With me tonight, I have Rob Michello from Gladstone Design and David Schutzenhofer from the Lamington Farm Club. So this was declared complete some time ago, so without any further ado, I'd ask that the witnesses be sworn in to study the application.
Okay. Tom is here, he's,
I'll swear in the witnesses, gentlemen who will be testifying, please raise your right hands. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I'm not sure that is on.
You might need to use the one that's on the table.
Yeah, I think you gotta use the table.
Yeah.
Mike, Rob's mic is not working.
Now it is. Can you hear me now?
Yes, do you swear to, are there 2 witnesses or 1?
2, we have 2.
Dave.
So both gentlemen, please answer yes or no, hopefully yes, and then state your name and address.
Yes. Name it Robert Moshello, 265 Main Street, Gladstone, New Jersey.
Dave Schutzenhofer, 62 East Lincoln Avenue, Atlantic Highlands, New Jersey.
Sorry, Kathy Christie is logging on.
Okay, Dave, please spell your last name.
Kathy Christie.
Schutzenhofer.
Yeah, looks like George is back here.
Thank you. The board recognizes and accepts Rob Michello's qualifications as a professional engineer. So please go ahead, gentlemen.
Can't say anything.
Just 1 second. Vera, you can note that Kathy's now,
Not hearing it.
and also George was able to get back on, okay? Okay, go ahead, Rob.
I'm gonna mute it.
Please share my screen.
Okay, should be able to choose.
Everyone should be able to see that. So I have 2 exhibits for this evening. So the first one is entitled
Unmuted.
Aerial Exhibit. It's dated February 3rd, 2022.
Speakers up.
And what we're looking at here is basically the 2020 state aerials that we used to prepare this exhibit. And basically, we're showing the entire Lamington Farm, Trump National Bedminster property. It consists of basically 5 individual lots that total just over 500 acres. The property, which is outlined in yellow on the map here, with north can see my pointer being on the left side of the plan. Lamington Road is the access to the property. It's basically split in half by Cowperthwaite Road, and you have two sides of the two parcels that are basically make up the main golf course of the two golf courses for the property. Route 78 is on the south, River Road, and Elizabeth Lane. The main access for the site is off of Lamington Road, where my pointer is here. You have a long driveway that comes in and accesses the main, what we call a core area of the property, where the clubhouse, locker rooms, parking facilities are located. Tonight's application really is focusing on one area on the property, which is the area we have outlined in orange here on the plan. This is basically, it was at one time, when the property was first approved, it was the equestrian center, as we refer to it, for the site, where there was a stable there, a riding arena, and a series of paddocks that were used for equestrian uses on the property. It has since basically changed over time, and a few years ago we were in here for an application to, I'm going to zoom in a little bit more on the aerial so you can see it. Here we go. To convert what was the existing stables building into a warming hut and get the 4 paddle tennis courts approved. And as you can see, they're constructed now, and the building was renovated, and it now acts as a warming hut for those courts. We also had an application that expanded the parking lot here a few years ago as well, and that of course was built. And the stormwater improvements that had to deal with that parking lot and court improvements were also put in and constructed. At the time, we actually oversized the stormwater system for the notion that we may one day do some additional work on the riding arena, and basically we were anticipating possibly putting some additional courts there. And lo and behold, the application before us tonight is for 4 pickleball courts that are going to be basically in place of the riding arena that's there now. So I'm going to skip to exhibit what we'll call A2, which is entitled Pickleball Courts Rendering, dated February 3rd, 2022. Essentially, it's that same aerial view as the background, but as you can see here, what we are proposing are 4 pickleball courts on an area of approximately 60 by 120 feet, 60 foot wide by 120 feet long, approximately 7,200 square feet. Basically, it's going to be an asphalt surface with the typical court sealant that they use on top for tennis courts that they'll play on. So it's not just going to be asphalt; it'll be a finished surface similar to what you see for tennis courts. And the 4 courts will be laid out on there. There'll be a 10-foot high fence that goes around the perimeter of the courts, and these courts will be lit. So just keep in mind the paddleball courts are also lit. These courts will be illuminated as well. And in accordance with your ordinance, we will comply with the conditional use standards, which say the lights have to be turned off by 11 p.m. And the lights will be, of course, shielded. And since these are LEDs, they're all downlighting now. We don't have floodlights anymore, so the lights go directly down on the court surface. And we comply with the dark sky compliance standards for lighting. I should point out that when we got the paddle tennis courts approved, there was a condition that said that courts will be active until 10 o'clock at night. The lights can remain on until 11 for maintenance and cleanup purposes. We're going to follow the same approach with these courts for operational purposes. So basically from the morning until 10 o'clock at night will be used by the members. After that, they'll be shut off no later than 11 p.m. For operational purposes. Other than that, this area is going to function generally as it's intended for. Basically, paddle goes from late fall into early spring. Pickle is going to go from basically spring into early fall. So it's just going to be basically almost opposite one another for the most part. And there's ample parking over there now already. And the building that's there, the warming hut as we call it, will serve for basically support for the pickleball courts in the summertime, spring and fall as well. I believe there was 2 review letters issued by your professionals. And just in looking at both those letters, we'll agree to comply with the conditions in there that are noted, both by Mr. Ferraro and his 5 comments, as well as I think in terms of Mr. Banish's comments, I believe he asked about operation. That was comment 5.3, which I think I've addressed. So I think we'll agree to comply with the conditions in your consultant's review letters.
Questions? Any questions? Any questions online? Just check if anybody's raising their hand.
No, nobody's raising their hand.
No?
No.
It looks pretty straightforward to me.
Yeah.
Madam Chair, this is Paul Ferraro. Just one comment I would like to emphasize is comment number 4 in my letter.
Yes.
I want to be sure that we get that annual report. It's supposed to be submitted every year. I have not seen one in some time, so it's critical that we get that document submitted by the applicant.
Understood. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Anything else? All right. Go to Tom. Tom?
So, yes, Madam Chairman, if the board is ready, it would be a motion to approve the preliminary and final site plan of the Lamington Farm Golf Club as explained this evening with the conditions of the review reports and the standard conditions. And it would be effective this evening so the applicant could proceed effective immediately. Is there such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, we need a roll call. Sarah?
Mayor Jacobs?
Aye.
Committeeman Hickey?
Aye.
Mr. Travellini?
Aye.
Mr. Rodelius? Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Mr. DiGiovanni?
Aye.
Ms. Orabana?
Aye.
Mr. Walter?
Aye.
Ms. Christie?
Aye.
Chairwoman Gotcha.
Aye.
Thank you all.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Happy pickleball.
I think
That's
it's,
all the rage now.
yeah, it is.
Sure what pickleball is.
Oh, it's the
Rage. The guy was a
Oh, it's
club
big
champion.
time. We're getting a lot of people asking for it, but associated HOAs.
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
So we're converting one of our tennis courts. So
Hey, Rob, it looks like, was that Ed Russo's trying to join? You want to do this over again for Ed? Just wave goodbye.
He was on earlier.
He's going to bill you anyway.
Tennis elbow.
There's going to be a pickleball elbow now. He's saying they come in with injuries.
Pickleball injuries.
Yeah. I think you're too late, Ed.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Sorry about that. I'm sorry about that, but so far so good. Thank you.
Okay, we have 2 other pending applications, Potterville Fire and PPAC Bank. Do you want to talk about that at all, Paul?
Yes, Madam Chairman, we can talk about a couple of them, and this is really going to be looking forward to scheduling. First off, we have Fiddlers, which you deem complete, subject to the waivers tonight. In my opinion, you can do the same thing with the Pottersville Fire Company. That's a D variance as well. That will be a Board of Adjustment application. So I think both of those could be scheduled if the board so desires. And PPAC Gladstone Bank, they are also a D variance. They resubmitted some information yesterday. I do not yet have a completeness review on that. Probably the first meeting in March, I will have that. And I would anticipate that could be scheduled maybe for the second meeting in March. We have to look at what we've got coming down the road.
So you're saying we can schedule Fiddlers for the first week of March?
I think you can schedule Fiddlers for March 3rd. Or you can schedule Pottersville Fire Company for March 3rd, either one that you would like to do that night.
Okay. And we have Route 206, they are postponing again?
Yes, they are. Yeah, I think they've requested to be carried until April.
Okay.
They will have to do new notice, so the application is simply pending at this point.
Okay. Okay, and then PPAC would maybe be in the second week of March?
Correct.
Okay.
And you could potentially do Pottersville Fire Company and PPAC Gladstone Bank, maybe schedule the 2 of those for the 10th and Fiddlers for the 3rd. That way you have the site plan where the mayor and Committeeman Hickey can be there on the 3rd, and then the 2 on the 10th would both be D variances without them.
So they'd be zoning board?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, guys?
This is Oaks, and this is next week,
Yeah.
Yes,
right?
yes. Okay.
So if that's what the board is looking for, I'll work with Janine when she gets back and get notices out to those applicants so they can do their proper notice for the hearings.
This is out there, 2026?
Yeah.
206, yeah, right. Postponed till April again, right. Okay, unless we have anything else, we can have a motion to adjourn.
Wow.
So moved.
Second.
Aye, aye.
Thank you all.
Yeah, that was fast.
Ready,
Good night, all.
I was getting all when I ran into an
record.
accident on
Bye, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Coming in 78?
See